No minus. I'm just getting ready here. All right. Can you guys all hear me well? Okay, let me just see. One, two, three, testing. Let me just see. 1, 2, 3, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. All right, it's working. All right, before I even start, I'm just getting things set up. Oh, I have phlegm in my throat. John's on his way. I got a quick breakfast for myself. I was just kind of hungry this morning, so I needed something small to eat to fill my stomach. I'll share with you guys what I have right now.
Man, oh man,
It's cold. Have you guys had this before? The thing is, how they made these, I don't know what they're called, babe. What is it called?
Bánh giò.
Bánh giò. Oh yeah, bánh giò. Usually they're wrapped in like banana leaf, but I guess this company didn't want to keep wrapping it with banana leaf because every time you buy it, I guess it's such a waste. But anyways, they're doing it with plastic, which is not the greatest. And there's still banana leaf at the bottom here, but it's still good. But yeah, I'm just hungry. I just needed some food to munch on while while I'm on live, and I wanted to share with you all what I'm eating because it's yummy. Okay.
Man,
Where's everyone from here?
what do you think? Jumping into the pool every day?
No, thank you.
It's super cold. I can probably do it.
Why is it like kind of like blurry? I feel. Is it the color? And I think it's because we're always towards the sun.
Yeah.
So the color's not that good. Sorry, everyone.
Brighter.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Yeah. Sometimes YouTube just kind of cut us off. Don't know why.
Don't mind me while I eat.
Hopefully everyone had, if you're from the West, you had a wonderful week so far. It's Friday. And if you're in similar time zone to Vietnam, welcome to our Saturday morning live. It is beautiful.
Sorry. Here, everyone, this is what the banh giò looks like.
Show it inside.
So inside, there's
meat.
meat inside and like a quail egg.
So good.
It's so good. Do you want one, babe?
No.
I bought 2.
I usually fast in the morning all the way until either noontime or dinner time.
I'm too hungry right
Trying to
now.
live healthy, guys. Talking about fasting, man, it is really good. I mean, as long as you still able to get, enough proteins and everything into a day, it's always good to fast, get your body to heal, you know what I mean? And being a parent now, I mean, of 2 kids, going into our 40s, soon. We would like to, get a little bit healthier and try to start a healthier life so that our kids don't have to take care of us when we get older.
Yeah.
And I think you really need to take care of your body now. And so one of those ways to, fast.
Hello from Quebec. Hello, Jam. Jesus fast. All right, so if you guys don't know, I'm Mai. This is my husband, Tuck. And we usually go lives weekly, talk about topics, expat kind of lifestyle, life in general. And today, I guess, we wanted to keep it simple. Is Vietnam still worth it in 2026?
Lots of changes.
Lots of changes. I think there's a lot of different perspective. I'm seeing a lot of people from the West moving out of the West,
Yes.
or moving, even a lot of Canadians moving out of Canada.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's, I don't think we were the odds one out anymore. I think it's like a thing now.
Yeah.
Finally is a thing now. And I think we need to talk about it, you know? Like, and it's not about today's topic, but I guess Vietnam, I feel like it's so normal for people to consider Vietnam now to come here. Is it worth it? But is it worth it
It's
this year?
definitely like a journey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's such a wonderful experience. This is our first time, like, obviously we've been here for almost, what, more than 2 years.
It's almost 3 years, babe.
Yeah, September. So it's still like, you know, just over 2 years. And this is the first time we've been in the East as well. Now we've obviously went to Thailand, you know, Malaysia. Our next, probably, hopefully, getting into like, what is it, Korea, Japan.
Those are the two that we want to go to.
We definitely, I mean, we thought we wanted to go to Bali before, right? Like
Yeah.
Indonesia, but now it's not really one of our like destination that we want to go to anymore.
I feel there's a lot of similarities in Vietnam and Bali, but I guess a lot of
Asia,
Asia
yeah.
is like that. But
I mean,
I think it's just overhyped, and we just hear a lot of things that it's too crowded. And
Yeah.
I guess maybe eventually we will go. It's just
Yeah.
it's not a top
it's
priority.
not a rush.
Yeah.
And then like I think eventually we'll probably like moving on to the like try Europe and all that.
Yeah, we
too.
want to try Europe, but I don't think it's our season to do that yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Probably in you know, the next 5 years. I think within the 5 years plans we probably would have. But right now we want to do more of the around here, Asian countries and all that.
Like I still want to go back to Thailand. We went there for a couple days, but still like
I think we want to go to
I
the
wanna go
north probably next time. To Chiang Mai. Just check it out. I mean, it's
Well, I
a
wanna-
city in a mountain.
I don't mind
and
going
all
to
that.
Bangkok for one day again.
Yeah, Bangkok is
Just
nice.
the food's so good there.
I mean, and so we'll talk about all that too because you know, you just want to like kind of like from the last topic that we talked about last week, which is living on purpose. We're gonna talk about, you know, what you're doing in life and. But for today's topic, I mean, is Vietnam still worth it in 2026?
I think it still is. And
so-
we're done our live.
Yeah. Guys, I didn't think Vietnam is like cold, man. And,
It's really cold right
some
now.
of the days here, I mean, it's not cold, but like
Right
you
now
know,
it's cold.
It's 15, 16 degree. You know, we're on the 7th floor. It's open, so it's a little bit more breezy, so you do get quite cold. But yeah, so what made you start looking at Vietnam in the first place?
Okay, so should we tell our story?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm eating my
Yeah.
second one. I'm hungry. Vietnam was not our top destination to go to first. When we decided that we were selling our home, we're like, okay, the world is ours. We could go anywhere we want.
Yep.
I'm like, where do you want to go? And I said I was looking at places, and I wanted to be in Asia. And when I looked in Asia, they said Japan was pretty good. It's like good for kids, good for families. The only thing I saw,
I
like,
said no.
Yeah, the only thing I saw a con was like it's just really
There's
what it's like
too
tight.
many,
There's a lot of people there. That's what they said. There a lot of
There's
people
what?
there tight. Like I think it was only for the big cities though.
Yes, that's super busy in the big city.
But they even say like living space. Most places are like little
Yeah.
boxes.
Well, that's why you have to go outside the city.
Yeah, which I didn't know much to like say I
Yeah.
wouldn't know. But I asked my cousin because she lived there for a bit, and she said, "Oh yeah, it would be a good place to like try out." So, yeah, I told my husband like Japan, and then And then I kept looking and I'm like, you know what? I keep seeing Vietnam come up, but as Vietnam coming up, it kept saying things like affordable, cheap, like they just made it sound like it was so like affordable and wonderful and everything. And so I was like, it's not like I'm looking for something cheap. I'm just trying to look for something like good for my family. It doesn't matter the cost of it. Obviously, anywhere else in Asia is more affordable than Canada, so anywhere will do. But anyways, and then I asked my husband, I'm like, I keep seeing Vietnam. What would you think? First thing, what did you say? How did you react to it, Jay?
Sorry, I was reading.
Okay,
about
so
what?
how he reacted to it was, no, we're not going to Vietnam. It's not good. My mom says it's not good to go back.
Guys,
it's like dirty.
See, if you're a Vietnamese family, I mean, like most of the older generation, they've never seen Vietnam more than like, you know, where they were actually from. So like in their little town, or you know, they were close to Ho Chi Minh or like stuff like that. But they've never seen like DANANG or Nha Trang or any coastal like cities. But man, we were blown away when we like landed here. Like Nha Trang was really nice. It was beautiful. We got a motorbike like almost right away after Mai's parent left us. And it was like, whoa, we were just exploring, you know, we traded our like SUV for a motorbike. I've never ridden before, so like that was a good experience, but just being able to live life with your kids and enjoy every single day, it's what we wanted. And so Vietnam right now is kind of like that season in our lives where it gives us that opportunity. The thing is here, I mean, if you're a single person and you want nightlife, you can fly from Da Nang to Ho Chi Minh in an hour. So literally, if you wanted to party like crazy, you can fly to Ho Chi Minh, you know, or Hanoi. The airport is 15 minutes away from us. I mean, it's wonderful to travel out. You can fly to Bangkok for within an hour and a half. And it'll cost you $50. Like, not even. So if you want an amazing weekend or something like that, and you're getting, I saw a comment here, you're getting bored, guys, man, to us, I mean, like, this is the dream. We're living near the ocean, mountains, right? Safety, you got freedom, you got food, you got Vietnamese food, you got Western food, and the best part is you got transportation. You got the airport 10, 15 minutes from your house that you can fly to a few different countries, not just cities, different countries within an hour and a half to 2 hours. And that is amazing. So, I mean, life is what you know, make it to be, right? And I guess like when we got to Da Nang actually like 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We got here at 3 a.m. in the morning, and I kid you not, it was crazy. We took a sleeper bus from Nha Trang, and like it was cold because it was I think February, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, February. So it was still cold, and like my daughter and I went on a motorbike to one of the hotel on the beach. And then my wife and our other daughter took a Grab. And when I was driving, you know, because it's in the middle of the night, I mean, there was nobody around, but there's, you know, lights because we're in the city. And I just felt really amazing. Like, I'm like, I wouldn't do that in Mexico, probably not. I wouldn't do that in Canada on a motorbike at night in the middle of the city. Man, you probably get jumped. But here, it's safe, you know. And for us, that was a positive thing, right?
Yeah, so back from the question that you're talking about,
Yeah.
though, that why we even start looking at Vietnam.
Yeah,
At first, he said no.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
And then obviously he's telling you everything
Yeah.
what's good now. But I think at the end we said yes because we're like, you know what, let's start here. It's not like
Yeah.
It's not going to kill us if we start
mean,
in Vietnam,
yeah.
and plus we could see your family.
Yeah.
So that was the
Oh
reason
yeah,
why
yeah.
we're like,
they
oh,
were part of her.
yeah. So you're like, oh, it will give me a chance to see my brothers. We're not going to go live in that town because it's a small town.
Yeah.
But we will go there, go to Vietnam, find our like home base, and then we will go visit them, which we did that. And
What an amazing experience to see the change after 20 something years leaving my hometown, and I think that kind of like actually bring a lot of like memories, and I don't know, Vietnam just hit it hard for me, and it's been amazing.
I feel like it was a good mistake that we made. Like we came here, like
not a mistake.
I don't
but
know
like,
what you would call it. It wasn't on purpose that we were gonna
Yeah.
come here. And I feel I can tell people now that like it was a good
experience.
first place, like first landing place
Yeah.
to start off
Yeah.
with. And it was hard to even leave, so we didn't even end up wanting to leave. And from what we know from a lot of our expats friends, that they went to a lot of places and they found Da Nang later, and they wish they would just found Da Nang because they wouldn't have left.
Yeah.
Because it has everything that they wanted, right? And it's so affordable here. And what was it? What?
I think at the end of the day, you just the convenience of everything. Guys, you can get Grab any time of day. I mean, any time of day. You know, where we were in Kitchener, Canada, like, I mean, you can't order food at like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. You know, if you get hungry, you're not gonna get anything.
And if you do, it's only like pizza.
Pizza, yeah, like,
And
or McDonald's.
Or McDonald's, and that's the only two.
Like, but here, man, there's like 24/7 food place, coffee place, bars. What is it, like Guan Yao, which is like a kind of like a restaurant that, you know, drinking and restaurant, kind of like tapa style food, and some of those places open 24/7. It's crazy, like, but the convenience of being able to order almost anything on Grab is insane, and it's cheap. You know, service is super affordable. So we do try to use a lot of local services because it helps the.
It helps the locals.
It helps the locals, right?
They make money.
Yeah, like, you know, not just like big chains, but like, you know, food from like, you know, mom and pop shop that, you know, have a nice, like, decent place, kitchen and stuff like that. And so, yeah, like, you know,
Should we answer like what year?
looking at Vietnam was an amazing pick, right? So let's go for the second question. What year did you first hear?
Okay, so we already answered.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of questions we have here that we want to answer. We already kind of talked about like what we heard about Vietnam, which we already kind of talked about. That we heard it was cheap, affordable, and then from like Vietnam parents, they would obviously have bad things to say because of the war and all that. I feel like they were just like, oh, don't go back there, it's bad. Like,
like your kid's gonna get kidnapped.
yeah, there's a lot of that.
Thieves, you're gonna get robbed, this, that.
We won't get into it, but that's what they, like,
I
a
mean,
lot of them like had negative things to say, and then when we got here, we're like,
petty thieves is a thing all over the world.
Yeah.
In almost every country.
yeah.
I mean, you know, if you're gonna leave stuff hanging, holding onto your phone like this in the middle of the day, but in, you know, like here, that almost like won't happen. Anyway, so what's the biggest reason you are hesitating right now?
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. Hesitating
Maybe
about Vietnam?
Well, I'm thinking for everyone.
Oh, if
Maybe
you,
if what would you?
yeah. If you haven't been to Vietnam.
If you haven't been in Vietnam, what's stopping you? You guys can all let us know down below. Do you want to catch up on some of them? Someone asked me what I was eating. I was eating banh mi. Is Philippines
Should we
on
start,
our
like-
list? Philippines it is,
Kind of.
but not really. But just because a lot of our expat friends have like
Mostly
kind of
just-
gave us like a little bit of what.
I think we will, just because I say like we'll probably try it out for like a week or something. You know,
Yeah.
one of our.
I think we would just go there because we want to see our little girls want
and
like
try
to
out
see the sea life.
lechon and like some of the food over there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Lechon is a roasted pig,
Oh, yeah.
like crispy skin and all that. Yeah, I mean, like, we probably will just because, like, we want to try food and this and that, you know, from every culture and, like, allowing our daughters to see, you know, and experience different culture in different country as well. So, yeah, like, eventually we'll get to it, like, for sure.
Safety is good. That's what Ice Dog.
Yeah.
They're talking about the person's from how do you say that? I always said it wrong whenever we go there.
No, we already have kids. Oh, Etobicoke.
Yeah, we
Canada.
used to live near there.
That is like, man, moving from Etobicoke to DANANG is like night and day
Yeah.
in terms of safety, all that. But yeah, that's like
So we're not gonna go through all this, babe. Maybe we'll just go through like what
Certain
we feel
things,
like.
yeah.
What do people mean when they say Vietnam has changed? Do you want
Hmm.
to answer that one?
I mean, we've been here for a little bit over 2 years. Definitely see a lot of changes.
Like a lot of new buildings.
Yes, Da Nang has been on, I think, the map for tourism more since COVID. And so now, like, with the increasing number of tourism, like, buildings are coming up like crazy. I mean, they already started a project for one of the building in the city side, 70 something floors, which is the second tallest building in Vietnam. So to have it here in Da Nang is, I think in the next 5 years or so, you're gonna see a ton
big
of
difference.
Yeah, like a ton of buildings.
And who knows if we're gonna be here or not, too.
I mean, if it gets too busy, you know, there's always new destinations. But I always wanted to probably maybe have like this is as a home base in Asia. We could move like to the middle of like, you know, outside of Da Nang a little bit as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Actually, we went to a place that was really nice, like
Oh yeah.
amazing, like wealthy neighborhood, like maybe just 5 minutes from us.
Yeah.
10 minutes from here. And it's super nice. It's like one of those like suburbs neighborhood from in the west, where all the houses are like $1 million homes, which is like pretty nice. But
It's like one of those houses I'm not sure if I would want to live in.
Yeah.
Really, I'm trying to live like a simple life now and not like
yeah,
like I don't mind big homes, but I feel like if we're always on the go, I just like being comfy and homey. And I guess you could do that with a big home, but here in Vietnam, I feel like with the big homes, it just feels cold, and
it's a lot harder to maintain.
and like you have to maintain it because mold can grow fast because of the humidity. It's just a lot of work, and life right now to me in my season of life is I just don't want to deal with any of that right now. Just want to like be in a home, easy to clean, make homemade food sometimes, and just be with my kids and focus on them and life and building our assets and all that.
And I think there's a few things that are changing here in Vietnam that's for better or worse. I mean, one of those things is, like we said, a ton of buildings coming up. So for those people that said rentals are getting really expensive here and it's limited, well, that's gonna probably change within a year or two. There's gonna be a ton more options. We've seen at least like 5, 6 like huge projects, like 2, 3 buildings in the same area, coming up on the river, like here, just on the riverside, on both sides. And so that's gonna really like help with like rentals and prices as well. But if you're looking at like prices, guys, we're like a tourism area, right? So if you come here, you know, you're a tourist for like a couple of weeks, it's still very like affordable compared to almost anywhere else in the world. Like, remember, the costs are going up everywhere.
Yeah.
But the one thing that you will be able to say that is super affordable here is food. You can always find good food for very, very little. Between $2 and $4 USD, you are good, guys. Like, I mean, if you're like a couple with no kids, you can spend like less than $10 a meal.
If you're eating a lot of the local foods.
Not even like expat food. Like a lot of places only 100K, which is like less than $4.
That's true.
Like you can find pasta for 120K to 150K. I mean, like for $5 USD, and some of it comes with shrimp, seafood, like steak. I mean, that's affordable, right? Especially on vacation. I mean, remembering going to Mexico, like Cancun, Playa del Carmen, to the the island. It's crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about a pasta for like $30-something plus tax plus tips.
But
Here-
Mexico's like getting into like
Yeah.
Western prices
Like,
now, so we can't
way-
even compare.
No, it's more than Western prices.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm
because
saying,
it's like
like-
touristy plus like
Yeah.
Western prices. Yeah.
So like if you come to Asia and Vietnam and stuff like that, you gotta look in terms of like, man, that's super cheap compared to everywhere else. So yes, in a sense, here it is pricey for locals, but as a tourism destination, it's super affordable. You can find hotel for less than 100. Really nice 4 stars hotel on the beach for less than 100.
Ice Dog Zena is asking, are you guys speaking Vietnamese and did you feel any culture shock there?
Yes, I speak I speak Vietnamese.
I don't.
Almost fluent, but like the accent between the south and the central Vietnam is quite different. So there's obviously a lot of words that I don't understand, but we can still get by.
We're getting by because we have my husband. However, like I can vouch that like when I first came, I was nervous to go out on my own because just the complication of trying to communicate to people what you want something. Even though I had Google Translate,
Yeah, China was a little bit harder.
I felt like I was always scared to go by myself. He always like, oh, just go. Like, I'm really independent. I would go out and do my own thing when I'm in Canada and not need Tug to come with me at all. But when I got to Vietnam, I just always felt nervous and never wanted to ask for things and always asking my husband to go get it just because I get nervous. Or like, I just don't want to get through, like sometimes I just want it. I don't want to work for it, but also that's like selfish of me. I should learn the language a little bit more and ask like simple questions so I can
Well,
get by at
you
least.
can teach your kids to be,
Yeah.
just confident. Because, I mean, we went to Mexico for a few months and I didn't know the language. I was like looking online, learning words here and there, like just so that I can at least order food and take like taxi and this and that a little bit, right? I mean, but here in tourism like area, a lot of Vietnamese locals that are, hotel, food, places like that, they do speak a little bit of English. So it's a lot easier, makes it a lot better for like people like my wife and my kids to like go and do things on their own versus like having me around all the time. But it's getting better.
Now I know how like Asian parents are when they moved to the West.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
it's
don't speak a-
Like
you don't
it's
speak a
just like
language.
it's not that like you don't want to learn. It's just like you have already a lot going on. Like we already have kids, so I'm like trying to homeschool, and I was trying to get my YouTube business going, and like you need to find time to do it. And when you get busy in life, I guess you prioritize what you need to learn. And I guess I didn't prioritize learning Vietnamese. But now that we might think of like having this a home base, like I need to learn some like
Just a couple words.
couple
here and
words.
there.
Like I think I can get by now, but I mean like still I think I should learn a little bit more.
And I think that's one of the biggest change here too, though, is Vietnamese is actually mandatory now, starting from grade 1, I think, in all of Vietnam. So they're definitely like trying to like change that.
And what was it? I don't know what I was gonna say, but I was gonna say like maybe we should talk a little bit about like because he's like talking about culture shock, like why people
culture
come here.
shock.
I guess like
Cleanliness is one thing.
the truth is like I kind of got used to some things here already, that I can't like. I have to really think what would not be the norm. I think one is like seeing like cockroaches and rats around the city.
That is a shock.
In Canada, you don't see ants at your house inside your house a lot, which we do see. Like we still see ants that come in the house, and I
Yeah.
hate it. Even though if it's cleaned, if you drop one little thing, it comes
Yeah.
right away.
So cooking is a lot harder.
Cooking's a lot harder, and
got-
keeping things, you know. Oh yeah, and
Keeping
like,
the kitchen clean.
yeah, keeping the kitchen clean. And you know, like back in Canada and the US, they would have stock like dry foods, a lot of it. Like you see those really nice aesthetic videos that they have so many like cereals and
do that
like
here.
you don't do that here. It could go bad because the humidity
Yeah, mold.
and mold.
Yeah. Mold will grow definitely. if
Yes,
you're
you
leaving
you
stuff
only
too
buy
long.
what you need at the time.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I can't make my house aesthetic and make everything look so nice in line. Like, I don't know. I guess it sounds silly now that like we live here and I guess it looks really simple that you don't just keep buying
Yeah.
things to like stock up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, the other thing, culture shock here is, yeah, like if you eat out a lot, you really got to be careful with like finding like clean restaurant, mom
oh yeah,
and pop shop.
like as much as we want to try like a lot of street food, you have to make sure it's like a reliable street food place.
And it's always really hot.
Yes,
hot
the food's solid food, and there's running water,
Yeah.
and like, yeah, you got to be really careful with that.
Like I love banh mi, but since coming back to Vietnam, I wouldn't just go buy banh mi on the street anywhere because like, you know, first of all, like, are they really keeping that stuff clean? Like washing your vegetables, like that is another thing you can get sick of, right? Because of the water.
And what we learned a lot is parasites and worms.
Yeah. So like, you know,
Yeah.
those things, food, hygiene, like it took a lot of time to get used to, but we still not really used to it. Obviously, we choose like, you know, to go to a restaurant where we find that it's a lot more clean.
Yeah,
There's got to be soap in the bathroom, guys. Man, that's
that was one thing too. And like, I don't know, there's a lot of things that like, obviously there's a lot of things that I feel like that there should be some change here still, and it's more like hygiene stuff and like proper infrastructure and like how they build homes. I really believe that they really need to learn how to build homes so
it lasts.
it can last longer. And if you, even though you build a home, how to maintain it, that it doesn't grow mold. And yeah, there's still that kind of challenge. I don't know if all hot places in
Yes.
are like that, but then you know how, okay, so for instance,
Same
like,
with like Dominican.
I know, but how about like Florida? So like,
Yeah.
Florida's really hot. They can get mold,
Can get
but how do
humid.
they deal with it? They don't smash it all up.
They have to.
So in Vietnam, I noticed they smash the home up because that's the only way to deal with the mold.
The thing is, like, you won't smell it. Because, like, most people that goes to, like, Florida or places like that, they only stay for, like, a week.
No, but people that actually live there, people actually
And
live
they
there.
probably find issues, and then they have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you live in a house for long enough, like we do now, like, we know certain things to do to keep air, like, fresh in the house so that it doesn't, like, linger. So, like, that's one of the things, you got to keep airflow. Why it doesn't really mold that much on the outside is because there's airflow all the time. It's, you know, it's not too humid, right?
Yeah.
And you gotta do that in the house.
Yeah.
Circulating. But
So
it's still a lot of work.
it's just a lot of work. I'm not used to that because in Canada,
You don't have.
you don't need to worry too much about mold. And to come here, you really have to focus on making sure that you're always airing out the house. AC maybe constantly going sometimes.
Yeah.
Air filters, humidifiers,
Yeah,
like
fans.
fans always going, because if you don't, then the building gets, or the home gets really moldy. And I guess that's like an issue everywhere, but I guess just from where I was from, like we're from, is Canada. In Canada, you barely get that issue. I'm pretty sure any other hot places like in the US and all that gets
Oh,
it too.
Yeah, and so that actually brings into a good like thing to remember when you come here is, you know, if you're gonna stay long term, like for 3 months or longer, definitely stay in a hotel for at least a week or two, and try to go find a really good like realtor um, to get you that place that doesn't have mold. Like
A place that doesn't have mold and also a good landlord.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's like the number one thing I noticed, that what you want, like good management
Yes.
or good landlord, because if you don't have those two,
Yeah.
you're not going to want to live there because
People that actually care,
yeah.
that want to keep their house nice and clean.
And it takes a while for you to actually see if they are good or not. Like, but I guess like you do get that first impression to see if they're good or not, because some of them will just say yeah, 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 and then they
Yeah.
don't do the things later. But there are some that you could tell that are iffy. Like our first landlord from the start, when we came from DANANG, we could tell that me could tell that she was not. She was kind of being sketchy. My husband's like, whatever. That's how Vietnamese people are here or whatever. Like they're just like that. And I was like, no, I think she's a bit different, because I feel like she was really like I don't know what a word for her was. The B word.
Hey,
Okay, she was just. You could tell she had a lot of
she's
attitude.
not a kind person.
She wasn't a kind person. When she talked, it sounded very rough and very So like you could just tell from, I guess, go with your gut, know if they're good or not.
Yeah. If you come to Da Nang, we have a company here called CVR.
Yeah.
They're Western-based business owners, so they understand and like they'll help you guys out with that.
Yeah, connect with us. We'll connect with you guys with them.
Yeah.
They're really good friends with ours now.
Yeah.
However, yeah, like, just that will be another culture shock here. Is like, how people do business here is different. But I feel like I understand the history now a bit better in Vietnam, that they're still like growing as an economy, and there's no like systems in place.
Yeah, like 10, 15 years ago, guys, you come here, there's nothing on this side of the river. I mean, it was just forest. And so, like, people were poor, they're not like, they probably didn't know anything about cleanliness or anything like that. They were just surviving and living. right?
Yeah.
If you go to, like, any third world country that is, like, not in a huge city, it's like that. And so, that's why like I gotta remind my wife all the time is like, you gotta understand that this is how this is what people that do here, they have never seen anything else, so they don't know the difference.
Yeah, they
Same-
don't.
Same
Yeah.
with cleanliness, food hygiene, building, like fixing stuff like that is all self-taught, so they don't really like learn how to do things properly.
And they haven't had laws enforced to teach those
Yeah.
and regulations
So-
and like all those things in place yet. And we don't know if, I don't know, maybe Vietnam will eventually.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I did
They're
like,
growing.
yeah, like they're growing. Even with like, a big thing last year was that, do you remember when they put that driving trucks can only drive a certain amount of time?
Oh yeah, that's a new law.
Okay, so everyone was really upset about it, but I kind of stepped back and okay, I'll explain what it was, babe.
Well, basically, it's just like,
Truck drivers were only allowed to drive a certain amount of hours, and they had to rest, because in Vietnam, time is money. So a lot of Vietnamese people will just keep going even though they're tired, and then
like 20
sometimes
hours.
they get into accidents and
Lots of accidents.
all that, right? And a lot of people were upset about it and like kind of like wanting to quit and going on a strike, but not really a strike. And my husband was like, yeah, that's ridiculous too, because how are people going to work and all that. I remember you saying that, and I stepped back and I like was researching what the laws about that around the world is, and that is a law around the world that you shouldn't be driving a certain amount of time if you're a truck driver. Because
But then in Canada, you got guys doing like 16 hours a day.
no, I understand the fact that they can go
still-
longer,
yeah.
but even within they drive in the 16-hour day, I noticed that they still stop
Yeah.
and like rest, like because you know how they have the service center.
Yeah, no, they should be.
And in
resting.
Vietnam, they don't, and it looks like they just go.
Oh man, like
They don't stop.
it's not just Vietnam. Most country in the world is still like in order for you to transport stuff, there's gonna be guys and companies where they just break the law and they're okay with it, and
I know, but
until they get
it's
caught
good.
or whatever.
But that was, I think, like a stepping stone for Vietnam to being like, we need to put a law in place because there's a lot of accidents, and it's not a usual thing for Vietnam to do those type of laws that they actually care about that
Well,
kind of
hopefully,
stuff.
I mean, they come out with good laws that are good for citizens and the
And
country.
yeah, so just saying that, I'm saying that was a new thing for Vietnamese people to understand that there's new laws and they didn't like it because it was like more stricter. I think people like Vietnam because it's so laid back, but because the government maybe is being a little bit more strict, they're probably like, what the heck, what's going on now? But the thing is, I think these are good laws to put in place because it's keeping everyone safe. And like same with the driving law, they changed some of the driving law that if you if you ride on the other side of the road, like the opposite side, on the wrong way, you get a ticket for how much is it? A lot, because a lot of people don't make that much money. It could be
Yes.
your month's worth of work.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's a good law because it will make people more not break that rule of driving on the other side because you can actually really hurt people, and we've seen that. It kind of like I know I like that Vietnam's laid back, but I also don't like how people are just they think they could do whatever because there's people that think that they could do whatever too, and they take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Like I understand when there's people that do it like quietly and not like try to hurt anyone, cool, but there's people that take advantage of it and they beep at you on the other side to move when you're not supposed to be on that side. But yeah. Sorry, I had to like go on my rant there. Hey guys. Oh, hi, Nicholas from Melbourne, Australia. Hi, we're good. How are you? Happy New Year. He was on last 2 weeks ago, a week or two ago.
Yeah. So like I mean wood mold, yeah, you can find it anywhere. I mean even in Canada.
Sometimes you can get
in
it
the
in
basement
Canada.
and stuff
Yeah.
in like dark area, like you can't help it, but obviously here and in generally like humid places you're gonna get a lot more.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I mean they're learning, and I think hopefully in the next 5 years or so, that is gonna be like there's gonna be a change in like their structure and having better material and like airflow in the house. Hopefully that changes.
Yeah.
And like yeah, with the laws and stuff, I mean as the country grow, there's gonna be new law, new policy in place, and hopefully the government is good enough that they can bring in better policies.
Yeah. Good. I feel like there might be good changes to Vietnam. Vietnam right now feels to me like when I was back in the day at home, living in my small town in Canada, Ontario, that when when the city's starting to bloom, that it's still very affordable, but like you can feel like it's growing and like it's peaceful still. Right now, I feel like Da Nang feels like that. Like it's so like peaceful still, but you can feel like it's growing. So who knows what the vibe's going to be like in the next future anymore, because I think that's why we kind of like it. That's why we're still here with the kids, because it's still safe. It's still innocent. Like I feel like Da Nang still feels really, like small but big,
Yes.
if that makes sense. Okay, so I think we're gonna have like about 10 more minutes till we're gonna get off. If you guys have any questions, do let us know. We were just talking about culture shocks because is Vietnam still worth it? Culture shocks make it's a hit or miss for
Yeah,
Vietnam, because if you can't handle some of the stuff, you're gonna want to leave Vietnam, and I think that's how it's kind of like part of like if it's still worth it to you or not.
At the end of the day, I think you gotta like look at it this way, where every country, everywhere you live, in any city in the world, is gonna have certain positive, about it, and certain cons. And so if the cons outweigh the positive, then yeah, like you gotta leave, right? But if you can live with that con, and the positive outweighs the cons, yeah, man, like stay. And that's why we're still here, right? We try to make it work. We find a place that, that is clean, not moldy, like, and then, with food.
We're trying to like be more mindful with our food
Yeah.
and what we do, and
Yeah.
like things that we never did back home was like to check the air quality.
Yeah.
That's something you actually have to do, I think, if you're thinking you're gonna go out late. I
Not
mean,
in
throughout the day.
DANANG.
Babe, there's times we didn't know. There was a week that I didn't even know that we were out, and I didn't check, and people were like, it was not good for, like, if you have a kid that has like, my daughter doesn't have asthma, but she has some kind of allergies, and if she's out, it gets really bad. So I feel like you do really need to check that. My husband thinks that you don't need to because we're near the beach, but it does happen. That the
Very few days.
yeah.
But I mean, obviously, like where we are here compared to like Hanoi or like Ho Chi Minh, yeah, we're like far beyond of like, this is good. Like same with Bangkok, or like, busy cities. You're gonna get a lot more pollutions, a lot more cars, motorbikes roaming around. Like that's not gonna be good. And plus, we're directly south of China, so anything that they're getting over there, it's gonna blow down. And like same with the burning season from like Bangkok, all of that's gonna come down. It's gonna affect us, right? It's like in Alberta when you get a forest fire that like the last few years, it was bad, man. We experienced it in the U.S. when we were over there, and where we live in our city, even though it's like so far away, you can still get it in the air, right? So like yeah, like the burning and stuff like that, pollution happens, and you just try to manage it the best you can, right? Especially if you're a kid or if you're sensitive to like the air and stuff like
I
that.
guess like I'm talking about the air quality because in Canada I didn't have to really worry about it because every area that we were in we never had to
Our
look
city
at that
was
stuff.
smaller.
Yeah, our city was smaller and we weren't near a lot of traffic.
Well, the population of Canada is very small.
Yeah, so like, yeah, there's a big difference with the air quality, but I guess I didn't realize the U.S. it is pretty bad still with the air quality. Like in certain places,
yeah.
like where my cousins and them live, I think the quality is not that great either sometimes because I always feel stuffed. I always get sick. We always get sick there, and I think it's because there's a lot of people there. Sorry, I was gonna answer. Nicholas was saying, I watched your old home with the guy doing an inspection on your home. Which one is that one?
Hmm?
Hey Maya, watched your old home with the guy doing an inspection on your home. Air filters is in the home is good. Oh. Yeah, in my old home in Vietnam, like just the one that we moved out of, it was a 3-story. Is that the one you're talking about? I'm not sure what they've done to it now, but there was mold growing
A lot.
and it came fast. And this year, the rain season wasn't that bad, so it's really bad that the fact that like it wasn't that bad and mold still grew really fast. And I think it's because they didn't cure it. They didn't.
Yeah, but some of the house is, well, especially in that house, there's certain area.
Oh,
where
you're talking
there's
about
no-
Evan.
Yeah, like there's certain area where there isn't like any airflow,
Yeah.
and that was really bad too.
You're talking about my friend Evan. He's a YouTuber. Yeah, he did a tour with me too on my old house too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves that house still, but he's just so used to. He's been living in Vietnam for a while, not that much longer than us. When I think about it, it's only been like 4 or 5 years. I guess that's a long, but he lived here a bit longer than me, and he's married to a Vietnamese
longer.
woman. No, not that much. He's
Over
from-
5 years, 6, 7 years actually.
Yeah. But anyways, he loved our old home, and I guess he's just so used to like about the mold that he doesn't think it's an issue that you could just get it fixed.
Yeah.
But that doesn't fly with me. Like it was a good location. It was it had a nice
Great location.
it was in a great location near the beach, so super close to the beach, and it was cheap and it was big, but then like the furniture and the finishes were kind of old and outdated, and yeah, and it felt dark inside in the house all the time. I felt There wasn't, the lights weren't good. They didn't fix the
There's
lights.
good lights. There's enough windows.
One, okay, the one side is okay, but when you go at the back, it looks gloomy.
It's still okay.
And in our one room is okay.
They have a
But
lot of windows.
yeah, I don't know. I
It's
guess I just didn't
where
like
the
it.
kitchen
Yeah.
area is dark, and their lighting is really bad.
Yeah.
Like the kitchen area was super dark, like because there's no windows in that little
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
But the second floor and third floor they had windows, which is better.
Yeah, that place is more than 800 a month now. They upped it.
No, it's about 800 USD.
Oh yeah, okay. It's 800 USD right now. Yes. I guess when we had it, it was a little bit cheaper
They
then.
wanted like 23 million dong now.
22 or 23.
23 per month.
Yeah.
But
so
I mean, like, honestly, that's the thing with like Vietnamese landlords. It's fine because you know like people will pay for it, but at the same time it's like man like you know, we as tourists we gotta have a little bit more like standards too where hey if I'm gonna pay this certain price at least you know have like decent like things in there to make things run, especially having enough AC units that will keep airflow so that you don't get mold.
and AC units at work. Ours kept
Yeah.
breaking.
So, like, yeah, like they used a lot of old stuff, and like you know, obviously it was a lot harder. Um, yeah, like we definitely paid a lot to fix certain things as well, to try to make it look good. But at the end of the day, it wasn't a good fit. So
Just know that what you pay for is what you get, and
Yeah.
you know, and you need to figure out what you really want.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know what you want, you're just gonna get whatever. So like you just gotta know like what's on your checklist and what you're willing to live with and what you're not willing to live with.
there's definitely pros and cons to living in an apartment or living in a house.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, you need a certain amount of space, right? Depending on how many family members you got, and like you know, yeah, like you just gotta make it work in terms of what you guys really want, right? And I feel like that's more important.
So we have another question. Ex dog Zena. Vietnamese food like pho is healthy. Are Vietnamese locals mostly skinny due to their cultural healthy foods?
Yes.
They are because they eat smaller portions. I don't think it's because the food's all healthy. Some of them can be not that healthy, like
Well, obviously, like it's healthy to a certain way.
the way they
Lots of-
make it.
Lots of MSG.
I think a lot of restaurants that we go to before, they would just add a lot of salt and MSG just to make it taste good. But like if you were to eat like that, I don't think it's healthy. But if you were to be like at home eating Vietnamese food, home cooked, and you're making it for yourself,
Super healthy.
yes, it's healthy.
And portion wise.
And portion wise, they don't have extra large bowls of pho here.
And it's a good thing.
yeah, they don't say different size of bowl of pho.
From since we came back to Vietnam or came to Vietnam, I can tell why the West is more obese.
Yes, because we didn't, like you
We're
just
used to that.
you think you used to need like the extra large if you're really hungry,
Yeah.
like if you're hungover.
Oh my god.
But I'm just saying, like when you actually eat the portion they give you, you actually get full off it, and that's okay.
It takes time.
It takes time for you to adjust and feel like, oh, my body is full. I don't
Yeah.
need to eat more. And like before, we used to eat, and we're like, oh, this seems little. But then when we ate and we're done, we're actually like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
And I used to eat like 2 extra large pho bowl in Canada. Like
We used to work at a restaurant together when we were young.
and I wonder why like
But you were skinny still. But that's because you were just young and you could eat
here's
as
the
much.
thing, guys. Like I mean, you know, if you put a lot of bad stuff in your body, like food in general, there's a lot of stuff that is excess, you're gonna poop it out, right? So here, I mean, you know, you don't poo as much because there's not as much bad stuff going into your body. It just makes sense. What goes in must come out, and if there's a lot of bad that goes in, there's a lot of bad that's gonna come out. And it's not a good way to do it. You know, it's not healthy. Definitely home cooked meals are always the best because you know exactly what you're putting into it. And we love eating out. So it's like, you gotta have a good balance. Find places that are a little bit better, you know, than others.
Yeah.
Cleaner. just hygiene and stuff. You know, it doesn't have to be like amazing tasting or anything like that. We're not in Ho Chi Minh, so we're not gonna get that amazing food.
Yeah, I would love to go to Ho Chi Minh and just try all the like. I don't like pho here. Surprisingly, pho is like my favorite food since I was a little kid, and it started changing when I got here. I do not like the pho and DANANG at all. I can say that as a statement. I actually don't. It's not the same. They don't have the same taste to it. It's more to me just tastes like a broth, beef broth with some salt versus like having that cinnamon star taste to it with the herbs. But yes, next, Nicholas said, is that 1,093 Australian dollars? Oh, the 800? I
the
think
house?
so.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I think that is it.
Yeah.
I'm in BC. Naturally for wellness is I'm in BC. What part of Canada did you relocate
We were
from?
near Toronto.
We were near Toronto,
Yeah, it's like
a smaller town.
smallest city.
City. To me, it's still a
Not
town.
man.
To me, it's just the same thing. Ice Dog Zena says in Philippines, their food's too much deep and fried, and
Yes.
locals eat more fat on average.
And they're
yes.
also more obese.
Yes, they are a lot of. They're a lot more obese. You notice, even like
They
when
eat a lot of sugar too.
yes,
Fat and sugar. Yeah.
we like made friends with a lot of Philippines back in when we were living in Mississauga.
Their food is really
Their
sweet.
food is really sweet. But I like sweet, so I didn't mind it. He doesn't.
Oh man, this spaghetti was.
Their spaghetti is really sweet. If you guys know what Jollibee's is,
Ooh,
I love
so
spaghetti,
good.
and I was thinking, maybe I should try this because I like Asian. I make Asian spaghetti. If you guys want to know the recipe, I'll make a video.
Oh, man.
But anyways, I like Asian type of spaghetti. But when I tried Jollibee's, I'm like, ugh, it's too sweet. It tastes like
that was
candy.
bad.
But yes, and their meat was good. Their skewers. Do you remember what that was called? The Philippine skewers. They have this like glaze on it, and it's like a sweet pork skewer. But yes, it's a lot of fatty food. I remember they would dry out like pig grinds and all that.
Yeah.
Yes. Is there an AC per room? Yes, most of the time there is, but there's some.
One of the room didn't have.
One of the rooms didn't have it. Did not make sense. It
And
was the
that's why
top
it
floor, and that's why mold. Because the top floor it gets the most heat,
Yeah.
and it had big windows that if it gets really hot, it will get moldy. It doesn't make sense how they didn't think that through.
In the rain season, it's even more moldy.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
bad.
Yeah, bathrooms don't get the
No, of course not.
the AC.
Yeah.
It does feel kind of humid.
Yeah, man.
That's why sometimes it's good that if there was a window by the inside the bathrooms because it airs
it open.
it keep it open and it airs out so it doesn't feel
But their
humid.
window is very
But when it's
small.
really hot, you open the door in the washroom, you can feel the heat.
But their
yeah.
window is very small. So
Yeah, it was.
not that close, though.
That's why trash food is bad, like food chains. Yes,
Yes.
that is MSG.
Yeah.
I love China and Thailand, but never been to Vietnam. Never been to China. We want to go to China. Just haven't made.
Not on my top priority.
Yes, that's. I don't mind. I want to go check it out. I heard a lot of great things from China, and then Thailand. We want to go there again.
Yes.
Like
To different parts.
yeah, different parts. And I still want to go to Bangkok because I know they have good food there. So
Good food everywhere in
I don't know.
Thailand,
Isn't it all
probably, man.
different everywhere?
God, Bangkok was just too big.
Yeah.
It was too hard to navigate. like,
Yeah.
And we couldn't
We can go do everything.
because we couldn't ride around like on our own. It's a lot harder.
So, oh, what else?
Let's do sugar.
Australia is very expensive for properties.
Yeah, no exhaust fans in some of the bathroom in Vietnam, guys. Is pretty standard. They don't even know what that is sometimes,
Yeah.
and that's why it gets moldy.
All right. Do
Yeah.
you guys have any other questions for us?
Yeah, we have some Aussie friends here. They just went back to Australia for a little bit,
But they should be
they're
back.
coming back next
Yeah.
week. And yes, they were telling us how much prices are over there, and I'm like,
They're like, we can't wait to
that's
come
like,
back.
Man, I'm from Canada. Everything is already so pricey in Canada, and when you compare to Australia, it's even more. And I'm like, ugh. That's too much for me. We'll visit though, but like
Yeah, they were like saying like, oh, our same dinners that we always eat together is usually here like under $20, and then when they went there, it's like over $100. Yeah.
which country?
In Asia, would you retire?
Are you
It's hard
kids
to
picking
find the
up
perfect
Vietnamese
place.
language easily? No, our kids are not picking up Vietnamese language easily because
Or in a
our
bubble.
community is a lot of expats, and so like even the Vietnamese families that hang out with us, their kids also speak English and they're learning English. So like, yeah, there's not a lot of Vietnamese words going around.
However, when we were in his town, the kids did pick up a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
But
in
my
his
wife
town,
doesn't want to be there long, so that's not happening.
okay, and so fans. Oh, which we didn't answer. Which
Retire?
where would you want to retire? I don't know if Da Nang is it.
So hard to know.
I'm still not like fully 100% all in Da Nang as a retirement place. I feel like it's more like
Honestly, I would retire where my wife probably likes, and hopefully near our really great friends. Because right now, like we're living for our kids.
I think we would like to be near our kids if we were to retire.
Yes and no. It depends,
It depends where they would live.
But like our priorities is to make sure that the kids grow up and making sure that they have we have taught them everything they need to fend for themselves, and gaining a lot of like independence, perseverance, all that. But at the end of the day, when it comes to retirement, it's gonna be about us. It's not gonna be about our kids anymore.
I feel like retirement. I think I would still want a place that it's like a 4-season.
I mean, we'll definitely go for snow in the winter.
Yeah,
or,
but
no, not in the winter.
not like
sorry.
4-season, but meaning like not
Not crazy hot.
not so crazy hot like Da Nang, but not so cold like
so-
Canada.
Summer in Da Nang, we'll probably like go somewhere else.
So maybe we'll be like snowbirds that how like in Canada they would chill there for like
6
the summer
months.
and then another 6 months somewhere else and just go back and forth. I think that's something like my perfect retirement plan would be.
A few different areas.
But if I get too old, I would like to live somewhere that it's a cooler hot versus like this extremely hot weather.
Yeah, dinner. Yeah, dinner in Canada is about the same too, man. It's really it doesn't even make sense anymore.
Yeah. But I heard Australia is beautiful. I really do want to go there. Our friends are trying to convince us to move there.
That's not happening. I'm not moving there. Sorry. Unless you're making like $500,000 a year. Yeah. Don't even think about Australia.
We could make it happen.
But I
And
mean,
even if we did, we would really have to consider like what city.
yeah, exactly.
Like I believe,
Depends on where.
yeah.
But I mean, like, there's a lot of things that we will not having to worry about until then. But for now, making sure that our kids are, learning good things is most important.
Why? So I can't read it too. We have two young,
2 and 3.
2 and 3.5
that's quite
girls.
young.
What is the education system like?
We homeschool.
We homeschool. I don't believe in
And-
like full-time traditional schooling
No.
anymore.
So like we homeschool and we have programs for the kids.
We have programs. We
to
have a
learn
community.
from, like experts.
Yep, yep.
With other certain programs, but yeah, like maybe think about that too if you have the opportunity to.
Yeah, if you have the opportunity to like look into homeschooling, join my newsletter, Mai Notes. Actually, just go to my website www.myabundant.com and sign up to like my notes. And eventually, I'm gonna like kind of put out there like to have a expat family system that you can like learn as a family and to raise your kids and to have like a school system in place because it's all about systems and I believe that you can create what you believe
is great for yourself and for your family instead of following other people's traditional systems like at the school. And whatever, and if you want the school system like at school, you can create that, but inside your home still too. But with a community and yourself.
Just remember, guys. I mean, you know, the education system is not there for you or your kids.
This is another topic, babe.
Yeah, but like, that's why we're like homeschooler is 100%.
We can get into this because we're both really passionate about homeschooling.
At the end of the day, man, who's gonna love your kids more? You know, a random teacher, or you? And so, you know,
You're gonna do what's best for your kids.
Like, you have kids for a reason. You know, you're gonna give them your time, your effort. You know, and we have responsibility for our kids because, you know, to make sure that they learn everything they need to be able to be a good person and like be able to take care of themselves later.
And also, we have all the resources online now
Yes.
that you
Yeah.
don't need a teacher
You
to
don't need
teach your
school.
kids. Everything is online. You can find anything and everything, and there's teachers selling their curriculums online. If you
Almost any job out there now is, and where we're heading in life, in everywhere in the world,
you can learn
you
it online. Yes. And if you need that certification, you can do these things online too.
Yeah.
And you know what? Your kids can actually get certified right away if they want to, if they just learn it right now if they wanted to. I'm not saying at this young age, but when they get in their teens, they can get certified in anything and start working. Like, why not get them to like
I think it's best
niche down what they really need to learn? Because in life, at the end goal is to find your niche and to work towards that to make money in that niche. So why can't we start our kids at this young age? I don't know. It's just something that we're really passionate about. It's just there's so much to say about this.
It's not that, like, you know.
But we're not against. Okay, you know what? Like, if you really can't do it and you need to put them in a traditional school, that's cool. But okay, and like the other side, if you do really want to know how the system is in Vietnam, it's okay. They have international schools, and they act as like regular schools. They'll have like their subjects and their
Super
teachers,
expensive here.
but super expensive here. But that's the trade-off. You live somewhere for cheaper, but affordable, and then you're gonna pay for education. That's what I saw the difference. Because I told my husband, like, if we were homeschooling, we can't complain about the price for the education because we came here to live cheap.
But then you're gonna be paying the same as what you would. Honestly, the international school here is insanely expensive, and I don't know what they actually teach in there that is good or not. But I mean, the Singapore International School charges you what? I don't know, like 40,000 a year?
No, it could be like 20.
20 or 30,000
I think the
a year?
cheapest could be like 20.
Yeah.
20 a year.
kid?
Yeah.
Like
20,000 USD
just
a year per kid.
in my, like, this is what I think, okay? If you're gonna put your kids into something like that for, let's just say, 4 years or 10 years, whatever, how long you want to put them in, think about how much money you're actually spending. And if you're gonna keep that money for your kids and just teach them about business and use that money to open a business, they'll never have to work again in their life. So why go to school?
Or even investing it.
Yes.
So I understand about investing into
So
education,
if
but
you invest it now, like, forget about the education, man. Like, learn online. But like, if you invest that $20,000 a year into anything that makes you even like anything at all, 8 to 10% a year only. By the time your kid grows to 25 or 20, man, they'll have millions of dollars, like, before they even start doing anything. I'm not saying like, but I wouldn't put money into like that much money into like, international school here. Like, why pay for something that is so expensive? It makes no sense. And what they're teaching your kid is nothing better than what you could do anyways.
yeah.
Like, I 100%, because no teacher is gonna take care of your kids like you do. But that's a different. That's a different topic.
That could be our next topic of next week. We're already considering homeschooling here in Texas, but
yeah, international school is like a private school here.
yes. Thanks, Nicholas.
he said sounds like we're great parents, aware of the education system. We're already considering homeschooling here in Texas, but we're in a rural area, so are concerned about the social aspect. Are you guys digital nomads?
Okay.
Work locally?
Let's answer the first part. Social aspects. I think they sold us the idea that your kid is not gonna be able to socialize with other people if they're not in school. This is completely wrong, in a sense, where I don't know how many people you actually talk to when you're in your school, like from back then, but I mean, at our age now, maybe 2, 3, we've met hundreds and thousands of people. But you're not gonna be socializing with all of them. You're gonna be socializing with people that actually you have values and are common with you, and maybe work in the same field, this, that. If you're socializing, if you wanna learn business, you're gonna be socializing with business owners, self-employed people. But at the end of the day, you can create that community. Yes, if you're living in a very rural area and you're having a hard time finding a community for your kids, then that's where those other programs that we do for our kids.
Create your own community.
Yes.
That was the challenge here before. I went into a lot of communities here, and I didn't agree with some of the way they did things, and I had enough of it, and I created my own. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm creating a system for people that want to create their own lifestyle, how to create a community, either homeschool community or just a community overall. And so you can find people, and they can find you, so you can have the same goals and motives.
Yes.
And so if you feel like you can't find it and you're stuck and you can't find one already, then create one yourself.
Yeah.
I know it's harder, but you're doing it for your kids.
Yeah.
I know your kids are younger, but you know what? You could just put it out there, make a little Facebook group and be and going into community groups in your area and be like, hey, does anybody want to hang out on Tuesday at this cafe or this playground? And that's how you kind of start it slowly, and then you create your own community inside the Facebook group, and then people will try to find you that have the same what they want to do, if they want to do the same thing as you. Just saying homeschooling kids in Texas, the city, or whatever. Write something like that, so it could be very specific, because if someone's trying to look for you, they can find you. And that's what I did here. I was very specific of what I wanted in my community. I wanted a long-term homeschool families only that were at least here for 1 year. And I was being really specific who I wanted in the community. And it's okay to be really specific. I don't care if I'm being, being really exclusive, because I'm trying to create something for my family and for my kids, and that's okay. And someone else I might find other people the same way as me. So you just never know. You might find the same people that are wanting the same goals as you and have the same vision as you. But yes, that's just a tip. You really just need to start your own thing if you can't find your own group, to start a community.
Yeah.
However, it starts all within you, and to get it started, even though it's a lot of work. What was I going to say? Because we were talking about people say in the social aspects of homeschooling, my kids gone to business meetings with us, meetups with us. They've been to my content creation events in DANANG. They see what I'm doing. They're meeting people. They're talking to older people. They're talking to younger people. They're talking to a bunch of people that they have so much social skills that they're not scared to just talk to people. And I remember being that young, and I didn't want to talk to much people. And I was gonna piggyback on what you were saying. When you were in school, I remember I only had maybe 1 or 2 friends, and I didn't talk to most of the people in my classroom, and I had no relation with my teacher. In homeschooling, inside our homeschool, homeschooling, and inside our homeschool community, my girls have relationships with the parents, like really good relationships. They trust them. They hug
We trust
them.
them.
We trust them. Like we know everyone. We like help each other. Like if I was at a school, I don't remember feeling that way. I felt like I was on my own, and it was so hard, and it was like I was kept trying to like make new friends in that community, and it was really hard. 'Cause truthfully, come on, guys, like when you were at school, did you have a relationship with your teacher? Maybe some teachers,
Not about teachers,
but I
but-
mean, I'm just saying teachers, not a lot of students have relationships with their teachers that they're like, oh, I can chill with them and talk to them. My girls have little homeschool groups that they go to. Like my little girl goes twice a week to this homeschool group, and for only a couple hours, and she's so close with the mom now, like the teacher that is a mom, and can call, like I believe that I created a community that when she wants to run to someone other than me, she has someone else to run to, and that I could trust and believe that they would help her. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this homeschool thing is like it's a big game changer for your kid's life to go that route, and I don't think people talk enough about it. Oh, did my thing dead? Yeah, I don't think a lot of people talk enough about that. So it kind of. Yeah, we can get into this, and
We'll do a
we
different
can
one.
like talk about it like thoroughly, because I do believe that
We're very,
homeschool.
like-
I don't know. To me, maybe because I see a lot of things in my homepage that about homeschooling, that it's a big trend now, or unless it's just because I'm always searching at things and all that, but. Yeah, I don't know. I hope that kind of helps you.
Yeah.
I hope if you do need help, join my Mai Notes. I do have a private membership group that if you want to get more access with me, I was thinking that we were going to do this mentorship program, that a monthly program that you get to talk to us weekly for an hour as a group session. If you guys are interested in that, shoot me a message that I'm interested in that. I would like to know if people are actually interested in
Yeah.
that, about what our mentorship program could look like, about learning about like homeschool systems and like expat living lifestyle and how to like get started.
Yeah.
We would love to help everyone on that. Is there any other questions that we need to answer? Do you guys have any more questions before we leave? We're actually over time.
Yeah, so we'll probably like leave it as that. There's like questions about houses in Canada and condo and renting. Canada is insane. Buying a house is like very not affordable for most people that are not making more than 150 to 200,000 a year. So it's quite difficult, and renting is very expensive. Prices are so much, mortgage is higher, so the families, the landlord, they have to rent it out for a higher price. But yeah, anyways.
Sorry, I'm just gonna get through what you talked about that. Did you homeschool in Canada? Yes, we did. We looked into it more because COVID happened, and then they were like, oh, we're gonna do online. And I searched the online. I didn't want them to do online schooling.
Oh yeah, we didn't want them to be on the screen for like the whole day.
For like the whole day.
It was like
for what?
7 hours.
Yeah, like it's not like they're working.
It's
like
insane.
that is insane. Yeah, but we did homeschool in Canada, and I think that's why when we started doing little things like steps here and there, we noticed that anything was possible.
And
So
the main reason to homeschool is flexibility, guys. Man, we were gonna put our kids in private school in Canada before like we thought about like selling and moving out, like and travel. I'm like, I love fishing. If I put my kids in homeschool, I gotta drop them off at what, 8 or 9 o'clock, 9 in the morning, and then what, go fishing for 2 hours and come back. But my fishing place take 2 hours to get to. That was a non-negotiation. But that's not the main idea.
that wasn't the main thing. But the thing is,
But it's flexibility. We're trying to build a life. We're not trying to be focused on like being stuck,
yeah, and our kids would feel
And-
stuck. And did you know, like, you have to tell the principal when you want a vacation,
Yeah.
and you're only allowed to have
for
2
online
weeks.
schooling.
Yeah, and they say you're only allowed to have 2 weeks vacation. This sounds like a job.
Yeah, so-
like when we got into the system, I remember we did it once. We put in Jaleesa for online schooling for
A year.
a year.
Or half a year.
when she was in grade,
Yeah.
not in kindergarten, like I think it was grade 1, because we were like, oh, let's try out. So, but we're gonna ask them that we're only gonna do half days, which they allowed us, because I was like, I want to still homeschool, and can she do online schooling for a couple hours only? And they allowed it. And then when I was asking them about like vacations and absence and all that, you're only allowed to have certain absence days, and you're only allowed to have like 2 weeks of vacation when you're in school. And I'm like, this sounds like work.
Think
and,
about your job.
And sometimes they might even decline your vacation.
Again.
And I was like,
Yeah.
what the heck? This is school. Like, we're their parents. We could say yes or no. So I just felt like that's something that I wouldn't want to put my kids into. Like, we're training them to be in a job and to get permission to go on
Yeah.
vacation.
So like, what is the school system all about, man? Like, you know, they train you from day one as a kid.
Yeah.
And as parents, we are trying to break out of that system. You know, we don't want our kids to be stuck, like having to ask for permission to go to the bathroom. Like seriously, what is it? We were in Florida for like a few months there, and our kid was in like the online learning, and they figured it out because our daughter said the weather was super sunny.
Oh yeah, they're like, oh, how's the weather, everyone? And then my daughter puts her hand up. She's like, oh, it's sunny and bright and beautiful. And she's like, what?
Yeah.
And they all looked outside and they're like, it's storming and snowing.
Like,
and
what?
and they're like, and then my little one's like, oh, I'm in Florida.
Yeah.
She didn't know better, but we didn't think anything of it. I was like, well, if we're online, I think we should be able to be anywhere in the world.
But they were like, you can only be in your province or something
Yeah,
like that.
in the city. In that city, the
I'm
same
like,
school.
Yeah, doesn't work with me.
So after that, we're like, okay, we're not going to do this anymore. But anyways, so
Yeah.
yes, we did homeschool. You did talk about that already. My girlfriend has rent control and pays $1,000 by the lake. What does that mean, rent control?
Like, you know, in Canada, there's rent control.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the feedback. No problem. If you want to get in touch, subscribe and like go sign up to my notes. Hua Han versus DANANG. I can look that up and do a video for that. It's the educational system in the Vietnam.
Recognized in
Right.
other countries?
Uh,
I don't think so.
I really-
maybe some, but not
Yeah.
a lot.
yeah.
I doubt it. But international, like private school system is.
Yeah, yeah. If
Like
it's
the
the Singapore,
Singapore one.
yeah, they're like the
mean, if
private
you're-
ones would
yeah.
be. I saw something Australia. In Australia, homeschooling is frowned on.
That's a lot of.
A lot of countries are like that still, and
but-
there's a lot of countries that don't allow it still.
Yeah, so the only thing now is homeschooling has become a lot more popular all over the world. I mean, like the stat shows it, a lot more people are doing it. And obviously it's frowned upon because, I mean, they create the system so that we're prisoners to go to jobs. They don't want you to homeschool.
I really believe it was the governments that put down that like negative stuff about homeschooling because they don't want you to homeschool.
Yes.
But then I noticed that I think Trump and also in Alberta in Canada, they encourage it more because I think they give you grants. But I think I heard Trump was trying to grant it.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I thought I saw something that online, but I think people are kind of seeing that like
Well, there's a lot more, you know, things happening now, and like a lot of stuff is being exposed. But at the end of the day, you know, like if you know, you just break out that system, you're gonna know like what's the difference. I mean, do you want to spend time with your kids or put them in a class for 8 hours a day and see them for 2 hours a day?
like we're trying not to work at 9 to 5.
Yeah, like
And so if we're trying not to work a 9 to 5, why are we putting our kids in a 9 to 5? Basically, that was school time. That's a 9 to 5.
yeah, financial, all that is definitely not taught, and it still doesn't, you know.
Yeah, I heard Texas is a really good place to homeschool. I heard there are a lot of good communities around there. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what areas, but we heard a lot of great things in Texas that they have a lot of good homeschooling communities.
Yeah, I mean, we learn as we go, and like, it's not. Yeah, like we definitely learned a lot since our early 20s, because we wanted to be really like wealthy and be in business, and so we learned to.
We
learn from business people.
Yeah, we looked around us and said we didn't want to do what everyone else was doing. And so we always went against what everyone else wanted us to
Yeah,
do.
because I mean, at the end of the day,
Well, I didn't want to work at a like factory. I didn't want to work at even another work,
'cause-
like anything.
yeah,
A certain time and hours. Didn't get
you're
to
not
see
gonna
you.
see your family.
Yeah, you're not going to see your family. And I've seen people work so hard, and all they're working is towards a home
Yeah.
and a car
So-
and some things.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, you know, I mean, like, if you're gonna keep working until your whatever retirement day, and then you know you look back at life, man, probably 100% of people look back and they're like, damn, my life was wasted, and now I can't do anything because I'm old, and health is a big issue, and you know I haven't done anything, and that's kind of like what we didn't want. So like we look at things, you know, always like researching about how to make money, different sources of income, so that we don't have to go back to that job, you know. And what's the worst that could happen? Sure, we could be like, oh, it didn't work out, and what would we have to go back to? Well, we can go back to a job and like live that life that the system made us out to be anyways. And so you're not really losing. You're taking a different route, and if it doesn't work out, go for a different one, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're doing. So it's
there-
always great to learn from other people.
Yes.
'Cause there's a lot of successful people. in
It's
the
great to
world.
learn from others that know more than you.
Yes.
Like, I never want to be the one that knows more. I always want to be around people that know more and that can teach me
Yes.
and I can grow. I always craved mentors in my life, and I finally find a couple of them here. So I'm just so grateful for that. Someone asked, are we digital nomads, entrepreneurs, or work locally?
Just entrepreneurs.
We're entrepreneurs. Yeah, I guess you could say entrepreneurs. Digital entrepreneurs.
YouTube
Yeah.
and other stuff.
What else? Wait, you guys look young, like 28 and 30.
We're closing in on 40s.
Yeah, almost in our 40s. Not there yet, but a couple more years.
If you thinking of going to DANANG in the spring, amazing. March and April is probably the best months to be here.
Yes. You can connect with us. Hey.
We're in
people
Vietnam
know-
right now.
Oh, people know each other.
Talking about, okay. Anyways,
We are in Vietnam right now.
anyways, it's been over.
It's been over an hour. It's actually an hour and a half. Are you planning to homeschool or international school? Oh, someone's asking. We're 100% homeschooling forever until we can, until our kids change their mind and want to leave us. Very cool. Definitely want to go to Australia. I heard that. Okay, they're all just talking to.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming through and for supporting us and just having a conversation. We do live weekly on Saturday in Vietnam. So just
We've been going on at 9 a.m. Vietnam time.
Like if you like the topic, you know, or if you like to just click in for an hour, you know, weekly, and just have a conversation, we're always encourage that. And subscribe, you know.
Oh, thank you, Nicholas. He said he just sent me some new subscribers. Thank you so much
Thank
for your
you.
support.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get to see you guys next week.
Someone's asking questions.
What homeschool?
What homeschool do you recommend? You mean like
There's
the
a lot of-
curriculum?
there's a lot of different
There's so many curriculums. It's really based on like what you believe in. We really just look for the core. Like when we look for things, we're looking for the core, like just English spelling, language arts to math, and what else do we do that is core? Reading. Okay, we're actually just doing workbooks of just like those three, and like social studies.
Lots of reading. And then STEM projects.
And then the other subjects, we do it as a community.
Yeah,
We'll
and-
do projects.
And then also like different programs as well.
And we do programs for them to learn it, like social studies.
Yeah.
And ourselves, we like to teach them about money. So those are the things that we do teach on the side. Money, we believe in make sure they're learning chores, so they have some kind of a life skill, and not even life skill,
Teaching
just
cooking as well.
yeah.